Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be talking about the Season 5 storyline. I haven't really covered that this much really this season, to be honest, because Season 5 itself has been pretty dead. There hasn't been much story to it. However, I've been digging around, looking at different posts that people have been tweeting, different ideas and stuff, and I've actually come up with two major ideas, other than the one I dropped the other day on the Wailing Woods bunker. I've actually come up with two ideas, which I'm going to put in two separate videos, because these are pretty major changes and possibly could affect the entire of Season 5. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be talking about two main aspects: the idea of water and also the idea of the recent leak event. So let's start with the leaked event. So as you can see on screen right now, thank you to Fortnite Battle Royale Leaks. They've actually tweeted out this. It says here there's going to be an active event on the 21st of August on Fortnite. A little bit like the rocket launch, but something else. And they actually said that the sky is going to be shrinking. So what could this mean? So this technically means that the sky itself could eventually stop pouring out its resources that it's pouring out and finally pour something out or completely disappear, which means something must either come out for it to go, or maybe something, it kind of like shrinks in and sucks something in. We're not too sure. So that leads on to the next topic, the military topic. Now the military topic has been going around all over YouTube recently. We've had a bunch of leaks and we've all been talking about it, and a few other YouTubers have shown gameplay or in-game sounds of the military helicopters and stuff. Now from what I know by contacting a few leakers and stuff, the military sounds in the game are not actually in the files. Therefore, them videos must be either fake or on the lines of being fake. We're not 100% sure where them sounds have come from, but according to the game files, they do not exist. So looking over the map itself, if military items were to come in through the rift, where would you expect them to drop? Well, there are two locations in my eyes that I could see them dropping. You look here where Salty is, you've got Dusty. This entire area could become a giant military base. I personally feel like Salty is going to get destroyed, as we know the recent theory with the heads are all pointing towards Salty Springs, therefore leading Salty Springs maybe to have some sort of like item falling on it and actually get destroyed and be a wrecked village. But there's this dead zone here. There's a giant patch of land here that could be used pretty well. Now what I think is going to happen is the military base is going to have a little military outpost here and also possibly set another military outpost up somewhere else on the map. The likely locations for this are either Flush Factory, Lucky Landing, towards the edge of the map, maybe even Wailing Woods, where one of the portals is nearby. I don't think Wailing Woods itself has a major portal above it, so it's not really going to have much effect, but there are rumours that Wailing Woods could be chopped down and turned into a military base. We can definitely expect some sort of military theme possibly popping in to Fortnite Battle Royale within the next few seasons. At the moment, I don't see it happening in Season 5. I know there's a lot of military stuff in Save the World currently, so most of the leaks we're seeing are items or renders, should I say, from Save the World. So military itself is something that we can predict for Fortnite, but definitely not Season 5. If it does happen, it will be around this area in the future seasons. That clarifies that. If military does come though, it will be part of the road trip storyline, and from what we know, the only reason the military would pop into the game on this event would be to hunt down Rift, or when I say Rift I mean Drift. Hunt down Drift from the rifts, that's how I should say it. Wow, that's a little bit complicated, but yes. So Drift himself, as we know, come through a rift into Fortnite Battle Royale, and obviously the military maybe from the real world could be coming in to hunt him down. Maybe he's done some stuff in the real world which is bad, or maybe he's wrecked up Fortnite a little bit. We'll have to see exactly what's going on there, but maybe that's why we could get a military base popping in here. We've also got the idea of the sky maybe cracking or expanding, and we need maybe some support to protect ourselves from that, and the military could come in. From what we know, Fortnite is only on an island and we don't exactly know where it's situated. We know that Fortnite itself is developed around Save the World. We've seen zombies and stuff in Save the World, but the island itself, we don't exactly know why it's here. We don't exactly know what's going on. We don't understand why there's a Battle Royale type game mode in it. Is it something run by the government, like a little bit like the Hunger Games? We just don't know. You look at Save the World, there's a lot of abandoned people who've kind of fought against these zombies and stuff. Now the zombies in Save the World, also known as the Husks, that's their actual name. The Husks themselves are actually there, and you're helping someone called Ray, who's a robot. So we don't exactly know who's running the world. Who knows if these robots are running the world, and technically they're sending people into Battle Royale to try and get a better life in the outer world. We don't exactly know if that's true or not, but potentially that's the sort of theories that could be coming to Fortnite in the future. We've had the recent blockbuster skin, which clearly escaped. It came down from space and thought, you know what, I don't want to be here anymore, this sounds bad, let's get straight out of here. So we used a rocket which was being used for a prop for a film, actually turned it into a real rocket and got out of here pretty quick. So he had a clever idea, he didn't really like it and thought, you know, let's get out of here. And he got out and escaped. So we can expect things like that happening again within Season 5. Definitely hinting towards Save the World. The idea of Save the World is definitely going to have a big place on Fortnite Battle Royale in the future and will definitely take to its story. Now, because Save the World itself hasn't had that many players at the moment, personally I have almost completed Save the World and I'm starting to get the gist of the storyline pretty well, so I'm able to link the two. So far, there isn't too much link other than the battle bus and like clues around the map and stuff, nothing major, so I definitely feel like Save the World itself will eventually have a big crossover in Fortnite Battle Royale when it becomes free. Now, the idea of Save the World becoming free isn't something that we can expect very soon, but hopefully in the future, Save the World will pop free. Obviously, it was, well, confirmed for 2018, should I say, but I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. There's just no need for it, but maybe in the future, depending where the storyline goes, we'll have to see exactly what's going on. Anyway, carrying on with what we're going on with the storyline, let's head over to the idea of water. Now, water is something that's been the theme for the summer theme, should I say, of Fortnite Battle Royale. A lot of the recent skins have been water themed. We've had the shark skins, we've had the health and safety diving instructor team, or should I say like what do you call the lifeguards, that's it there. We've also had diving skins and stuff like that. So we've had a bunch of different skins popping in, and this is all water themed. So the idea of water in Fortnite doesn't have much of a play, really. We kind of look at it and there isn't much that water does, and you can't really do much within water itself. You're very slow, you're vulnerable in it. But my friend NTB Ghost on Twitter has actually come up with an amazing theory. His name on Twitter is @GhostFBR. He has an amazing theory for you guys where he talks about the different summer themes and the different ideas of it being sunny and the ideas of it all being like watery, and then he goes on to contact Epic Games, and someone like was talking about how Epic themselves could use the 80k as a waterproof item. When I say that, maybe a boat type thing. And they respond, Epic, the first response, they go, that's a terrain cart, they say, Epic. And soon another Epic employee replies saying, that's a great idea because where we're heading, we don't need roads. So because where they're heading, they don't need roads. That's what they say. So something like this definitely could be a big impact, and hence where else could water fill up? We think about it, we'll eventually have water pouring out of the sky, and potentially this water could fill up our one and only old remembered location, Dusty Divot. So if this fills up with water, this would be insane. Now you're probably wondering, Pat, how on earth are Fortnite going to make it so you can swim inside of the water? Well, great question, because it is possible if they do something clever. Now, look at the divot itself. Look at the way it's structured. Now, the divot could have an underground base, a little bit like a cave system. So imagine if the divot gets filled up with water, but these entrances all lead to an underground cave system, which in the middle also pops up straight out of the middle. Now, this is something absolutely crazy and probably something that's not going to happen right away or like straight away. It'll have to have a lot of development to Dusty itself. But we can definitely see something like this coming into the game. Now, that would be an easy way of being able to fill this up with water. With the 80Ks being able to travel across water like a hovercraft, that would be absolutely awesome. Or maybe like a boat so it floats across. That would be really crazy, and potentially we could see it in the future of Fortnite, and possibly will. The idea of the water mechanics aren't in the Fortnite game yet. They could easily be programmed in, but to avoid programming them in, they could simply put a layer of water on the top, the same depth as the Loot Lake layer, should I say. So if I fly over to Loot Lake, maybe a little bit deeper, but not much at all. If you look at the depth of the water in Loot Lake, you can see that the depth of the water is probably just less than a meter. I don't know the exact size exactly, but it doesn't look much at all. It's hardly anything. The floor is just here, and that's potentially what they could do. So imagine putting that across the entire Dusty, and then also having kind of like a glass dome underneath, where there's an underground base and an underground system, which is all abandoned and has chests, old mining structures, maybe should I say the military or maybe the construction crew down there constructing maybe new caves to extract new resources maybe. Who knows exactly, maybe there's a new life form that appears and they're trying to extract it, and something like that would be really cool. So the water itself would definitely flood up here, and they could have different layers of it as well. You could build it into different layers, and that's why the water technically could work pouring from the sky. So I don't know if it's going to be a case or not, but it is something we can expect for the Fortnite Season 5 theories. So I definitely feel like that is something you should keep on your radar as well. Maybe not this season, but definitely in the future, Fortnite will definitely introduce some sort of water mechanic into the game. Now, the other video I'm going to be producing for you guys is related to Save the World, and it will be coming very, very soon. I have played so much Save the World recently and contacted a bunch of Save the World YouTubers who are big Save the World YouTubers, and they are very good at Save the World. They've been playing since day one, so I've got some good information. I've ranked up very much, or should I say very well, on Save the World, almost completed it. So I'm going to be producing some great content on that for you guys, and hopefully even producing a speed run related to Save the World for you guys. Obviously, not everyone's going to be interested in that, but it does help out with the Fortnite storyline. In the previous video, I've got it in the thumbnail, I did mention the idea of Wailing Woods. Now, simply one other theory for the Wailing Woods bunker, which again is an entirely new video, along with the road trip story which I introduced. If you haven't checked out that video already, make sure you go and check it out, because it talks about how eventually the Wailing Woods bunker could potentially be a location for the end of the road trip, but it also could be a location for the military. Now, the bunker itself could be an easy establishment point for the military to set up a base, and that's why maybe not all of Wailing Woods, but a part of Wailing Woods could be destroyed, or maybe even used as a camouflage for the government to hide in here with their military stuff. And then this down here could be a mini base. Wouldn't be very big, it'd be just like the Salty Springs bunker, but it'd be an awesome spot to go. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, do remember to stick around for daily Fortnite content. If you've made it all the way to the end of the video and you're watching right now, comment down below wooden log to know who's made it to the end of the video. Also, if you're new around here, stick around and make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified with every single video I produce related to Fortnite, from story videos, tips and tricks, challenge videos, how to win videos, and so much more with leaks and all sorts. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Once again, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And this is postboxpat signing out.